Very sideways. All right, that look clearer? All right, welcome to another Bible class. We have been, let me just make sure those over Zoom, if you can hear me, just say something to confirm that I'm being heard, please.
Okay.
We're hearing you.
All right, thank you very much. So we have been looking at...
No screen.
Oh, wait, I forget, somebody needs to sign in over these things. Forgive me for the delay. Zoom. Home. All right, Brother Smith, can you make me a co-host? All right, thank you. Oh, wait, no, you made the wrong one, co-host. That's my phone. All right, wonderful. Can you see now, Brother Smith?
Yes, sir.
All right, wonderful. So yes, as I said, we have been looking at the subject Lost, a case study, where our scripture that we've been focused on is Luke chapter 15, the parable of the lost sheep, coin, and son. And we have been looking at the lost sheep for a good amount of months. And we started looking on Tuesday's Bible class at prescription methods for flock fallacy. And flock fallacy is the idea that where I am in the church, the position that I hold is either greater than that of others in the church or lesser so than others in the church. And we want to get to the understanding of all of us being on the same platform, having the same opportunities, and being viewed in the same way by God. And we started looking at some particular individuals in Scripture, as well as some scriptures that highlighted mortality on Tuesday. So what we're going to start with is some revision. We'll have a few exercises that are going to take up a good amount of the class, and then we're going to look at one last scripture. So I don't want to waste any more time, given that I have already started late. So I'm just going to give you the instruction as to how the exercise works. I hope that you have a phone that you can make notes on, or a Bible that you have access to, because you may need both. You're going to see 6 questions. You're going to see 6 questions. Each of the questions will be related to something that we have studied, and you will also see the scripture from which the questions are drawn. In answering each question, I am going to ask you to focus on a letter in that answer. And you're going to take the letters from all the answers, and you're going to come up with the secret word. When you get the secret word, if you're in the building, then you can raise your hand. If you're over Zoom, you can raise your hand. And at that point, I'm going to need you to give me all of the answers and the subsequent secret answer. All right? So I'm going to put that up on the board, on the screen now. As soon as you see it, you can start. If you're in the building, there are prizes for getting it done. If you're over Zoom, we will say congratulations. All right? Let us go. Oh no, we have to pass all of this. All right. Whoa, don't do that. All right. Everybody can see? Everybody can see that in the building? All right, so the passage is Judges 6, from 11 to 15. So if you need assistance, you can find it. But if you remember from the class, please note all of the answers are NIV translation. So make sure that if you're looking in the Bible, that the words that are used in the NIV are what I'm looking for. For if it's another translation, you might not get exactly what it is that I'm asking. No. What am I doing? Oh. This is not what I want. Forgive me, let me start this out. Forgive me a second, let me sort this out. Share screen. Why it's still showing like that? Angel, where you there? Pretty technical skill. Angel.
It's showing fine, Stephen. It's showing fine on Zoom. It's showing fine.
Yeah, but it's not showing fine at the building. Hold on, I can't see properly either. You guys still can see that over there, or is it too small? Technology at me. I can't see that here. Why? What's the mom? I can't see a thing. All right. I'm going to ask you to bear with me for 1 second while I try and sort this out. So give me 1 second. Share. No, this is not one thing, is another. Okay. Finally. All right, really sorry about all of that delay. I think that things should be fine now, for the most part. As I said, as soon as you think you have all the answers, feel free to raise your hand if you're over Zoom, or if you're in the building, Brother Jason, you look like you're about to put up your hand. Pardon? They should answer the question once you start from the first one to the end. So yeah, so once you arrange them as is highlighted, it should give you a word that makes sense. Unless, of course, I did some madness, which I don't think I did. Pardon? No. No, I know why you're not getting it, brother. Those for the third question, it should be the third letter, not the fourth letter. So for at the time, wait, no, that's right. It's right. Everything is right. Sorry, everything is right.
The second one, right?
The second one is correct, yes. Should be the third letter in the answer. The first one should be the fifth letter. And it's still not making sense? The fourth one should be the second letter. Okay, all right, go ahead, Sister Aisha. So Sister Aisha says she has it. So number one, give her the mic. So Gideon claimed that his clan was the weakest in this place. What's the answer there?
Manasseh.
All right, Manasseh is correct. The type of tree the angel of the Lord sat under when visiting Gideon?
Oak.
Oak tree is right. At the time, the Israelites were oppressed by this group of people.
The Midianites.
Midianites is correct. In order to keep it from his enemies, Gideon was threshing wheat in this.
A wine press.
Wine press is correct. Gideon begins his address of the angel both times with this respectful word.
Pardon.
Pardon is correct. And the angel used this adjective to describe Gideon as a warrior.
Mighty.
Mighty is correct. So what is the answer that you've come with?
Skiing.
Skiing is correct. Skiing is correct.
I was like, that couldn't be the word. I must be counting the letters wrong.
The something that I've never done before, but would be better than Kirk at, is skiing, based on my presumption and understanding of Kirk, lack of skill. So excellent job, Sister Aisha. I soon give you, because the bag of things far, you soon get your goodies, and we'll move.
Based on your first class assessment, you believe you're better at it than Kirk.
Oh, is that Brother Smith? Oh,
Based on your first class attitude, you believe you're better at it than Kirk.
I'm not taking you on that, Brother Smith. You can't come use my lesson against me. All right, so our next set of questions, and this one should be easy based on Brother Marlon's message. You're going to try and figure out what the clues are so that you can determine the best place to find a spouse. So your answer will provide the best place to find a spouse. I think probably not all of these, but Brother Marlon did provide the answer for most of them. Marlon, if you make anybody done this before you, you know, it's problem. Answer. Answer. Marlon. Okay. All right, so to defend his honor, Marlon has his hand up first. All right. Did I miss the brown hand? I wonder if the brown hand did go
Yes, you
first.
did.
I did miss the brown hand.
Let's split the prize there.
All right, we're going to Marlon, I'll ask you the first one, and then Brown family the second, and we'll go interchange. All right, so Marlon, Samson claimed that binding him with the, oh, that's binging. Oh, sorry, that should be binding. Binding him with these would weaken him, providing they were new.
Answer is ropes.
Ropes is correct. Tammy, I don't know if you're the one answering for the Browns. Samson told Delilah that he could be weakened by weaving the 7 of these into the fabric of the loom.
Okay, the braids.
Braids is correct. Marlon, no razor ever touched Samson's head because he had been dedicated to God as this.
Nazarite.
Nazarite is correct. Browns, Samson met Delilah in this valley.
Sorry. The Valley of
So
Sorek.
correct, and so wrecked he was. Marlon, after capturing Samson, the Philistines bound him with this type of shackle.
Bronze.
Bronze is correct. And bronze, bind me with a fresh set of these, lied Samson, as long as they haven't dried.
Bowstrings.
Bowstrings is correct. All right. Since I can look at Marlon's answer, I'm going to ask you now, Browns, to tell me the best place to find a spouse.
Prison.
That is clearly. So this is not to be taken literally. It is only for humor. But the correct answer is indeed prison. So the best place to find a spouse is prison. So congratulations, Browns. As promised, you get your congratulations, Marlon. You'll get your choice of a prize. We have one last one to go. And this one is based on a passage that I haven't provided you with. Give me 1 second. Let me tell you exactly where it is. No, it's first. All right, so it's 1 Samuel chapter 16, and it is from verse 1, I think, to verse about 11 or 12. So 1 Samuel chapter 16, you can start from verse 1, and then you can move on. And what the answer that I want is the most important trait for midnight fridge raiding. So the most important trait for midnight fridge raiding. I see the tenant's hands up. Is it that you have answered all of the questions?
We have an answer to the clue.
No, you have to give me all of the answers, and then you can give me the answer for the clues. So if you have all of the answers, then you can tell me. All right, well, at least you won't have to figure out the letter arrangement. So just get the answers, and then when you have them, you can re-raise your hand. Lower all hands.
Stephen, can you repeat the passage, please?
What you said, David?
Can you repeat the passage, please?
1 Samuel chapter 16.
Are we allowed to look in there?
Repeat?
Are we allowed to go to the Bible?
I can barely hear you.
Are we allowed to go to the Bible?
Yes. You're allowed to go to the Bible. Hence, that's the only reason I'm telling you the passage. All of the answers. If I can't tell me all of them, then what you want? Pink. Oh, wait, people are not real? Oh, that's from before. All right, so we have somebody in the building who knows the answer. So, Marlon with the mic. All right, so first one. Who was Samuel mourning at the beginning of the chapter?
Saul,
That's correct. Where did Jesse live?
Bethlehem,
Bethlehem is correct. What did Samuel tell the elders of the town he came to do?
sacrifice,
Sacrifice is correct. Before inviting Jesse and his sons, what did Samuel do to them?
consecrate,
That's correct. Who did Samuel think was God's anointed king?
Eliab,
That is correct. God told Samuel not to focus on the appearance or this characteristic.
height,
That is correct. And man looks at the outward appearance, but God looks at this.
heart,
Heart. That is correct. So what is the most important trait for midnight fridge raiding?
stealth,
Stealth is correct. I wouldn't know from a personal experience, but I'm sure that there are some who know. All right, so we're going to skip that one. And we have a couple more exercises based on what we did specifically on Tuesday. And how this works is you're going to see a passage of scripture here, and you're going to have to fill in the blanks. You don't have to tell me by colors. If you notice, there are numbers beside each blank. So we're going to move from the building to Zoom. So someone at the building will start, and then someone at Zoom will give a letter as well. If you think you know the answer, then you can raise your hand. So we'll start with Zoom. Sandria Tennant, I see your hand up. Go ahead.
It's a question, see, the 1, 2, 3, it's just, does have points? I don't understand. What is the numbering for? Or it's just
Repeat, David.
order? The numbering is just the order, or those the points?
Order, no, it's not order. It's just for you to identify. So just in case the colors are like at the building, not necessarily being shown that wonderfully, you can just tell me which number it is that you're providing an answer to. So if you're answering the yellow, you say 2, the green, you say 3.
And each number has the same amount of points?
Repeat, David.
Each number has the same amount of points?
Yes, each number has the same amount of points. So this is between the building and Zoom. If somebody on Zoom gets it correct, then you get 1 point, and then it moves to the building, and if the building gets it, you get 1 point. But if you get it wrong over Zoom, then it moves to the building all the same. So the aim here would be for you to try and get the most points. So you can start us off, David.
1 second. I noticed the blanks are the same number.
Oh, thank you, Brother Smith.
That's not an indication
of the
of
blanks
the
are
size.
arbitrary. So they are not supposed to be a clue as to how many letters.
Okay. All right.
So it might actually be 5 or 6 like the blank, but it doesn't represent the numbers. All right, so Zoom, you can start us off. Please note these translations are based on what I used, which is NIV. So if you think you remember how the scripture go, but you never use the one that I used, then I'm sorry, that's just how it goes. All right, so go ahead, David.
So we can only answer one, or we can listen to the whole of them?
You can only answer one, sir. You can only answer one. You can list the rest in your mind.
All right, number 1, hypocrite.
Number 1, hypocrite, that is correct. All right, we'll move to the building. Go ahead, Brother Jason.
Number 3, I.
I is correct. Taking out one of the hard ones. All right, so we jump back to the building. Let me see who is All right, go ahead, Sister Paula.
Hello? Yes, Stephen, number
Jason is at
7.
the building.
Oh,
Go ahead. Oh, go ahead, Sister Paula.
Okay.
7. Own.
All right, that is correct. All right, we jump back to the building. All right. 7 is own. Based on my translation, yeah. NIV? Hold on. Thank you. Well, my apologies. The building should get extra points for this, but unfortunately, my negligence is my own. That is incorrect, Sister Paula. So we're going to pass on to the building. Sorry, go ahead.
Number 2, plank.
All right. Now that I know definitively where it is from, I know that that is my translation that's correct. So 2 points for building. We jump back to Zoom. Go ahead, Sister Smith.
Number 4,
Go ahead.
C.
C is that right? More see if the order. Why me never look for my things? That's the NIV, right? Okay, that is correct, Sister Smith. Jump back to the building. Sister Grennell, your hand up. Oh, not quite. Go ahead, Marlon. Number 4 is. No, 4 went already. 4 gone already.
Well, what was it?
Number 5 is clearly. All right, clearly is correct. Back to Zoom. All right, I'm seeing tenant household. Go ahead.
Number 6 would be spec.
Spec is correct. All right, so we have number 7 left. Go ahead, brother Jason.
Brothers.
Brothers is correct. Brothers is correct. All right, so we're moving to the next one. The building is leading 4-3. And if you notice, you hypocrite, first take the plank out of your own eye, then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye. Matthew 7, verse 5. All right, so we move on to our next one. Building, Zoom, yours to start. So raise your hand when you think. Go ahead, tenant household.
Oh, sorry, I was lowering, not raising. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry. Tenant household.
All right, number 1 is dust. Hearing me? Hello?
I can't hear you, David.
Number 1 is dust.
Dust. I think that's right. Let me find, but I don't know why I'm going to do this without my slides. What is it, Marlon?
Not right.
Hold on. All right, let me just get the right translation. NIV. All right. Sorry about that, David. What number were you answering? Remind me.
I was answering 1, and
David, repeat.
I was saying 1 is dust, but I'm not too sure now.
Okay, all right. That is incorrect. So we'll pass it over to the building. All right, go ahead, Marlon.
I was gonna answer number 2, and that he knows. Oh, let me get
No, that's not how it works here. All right, so the nose for number 2 is correct. So we'll jump back to Zoom. Go ahead, Sister Smith.
Number 1.
Number 1, and that is?
Formed.
Formed is correct. Okay, so number 1 is formed. Back to the building. Go ahead, brother Jason.
Yeah. 4 is man.
Number 4 is incorrect on the building's part, so we'll jump over to Zoom again. Go ahead, Sister Paula.
Okay, 5 is grass.
That is correct. 5 is grass. Back to the building. Go ahead, Sister Grennell.
Number 3 is dust.
Number 3 is dust. So that is correct. Back to Zoom. Let me see who is there. All right, back to Sister Smith.
Number 4.
Number 4, what is that?
Mortals.
Mortals is correct. Mortals is correct. All right, back to the building. All right, Nolan.
8. Field.
Excellent, excellent. All right, we jump back to Zoom. Only seeing Sister Smith's hand. So go ahead, Sister Smith.
Number 6.
Go ahead.
Flourish.
Flourish is correct. All right, back to the building. We have, let me see what's left. We have number 7. That's it? Yes, that's number 7, yeah. Go ahead, Marlon.
flower.
Flower or flowers? Flower is correct. Flower is correct. Mind you, if you put a flowers, then you deserve to get it wrong. All right, so the building is currently leading 8-6. We'll go back to Zoom for the last one. Sister Paula, I see a hand. I don't know if that was from before or if you just raised it.
It was before.
All right, somebody from Zoom need to step up. Now is the chance for you to try and take back the lead. The hands in the building are high. Putting pressure on Zoom. What is going on, Zoom? Surely the blank of blank blank is like that of the animals. The blank fate awaits them both. As one blank, so blank the other. All have the same blank. Okay, somebody go ahead, tenants.
Number 3, same.
Number 3, same. That is correct. So number 3 is correct. Marlon, you have your hand up, or is that you didn't want to say?
Yeah, because number 4, number 4 dies.
That is correct. All right. We jump back to Zoom. No other hands. We have 3. Okay, go ahead, tenants again.
Number 5, does.
You have does. That's what you said, David?
Yeah.
Incorrect. Pass over to the building. Go ahead, brother Jason.
Is 7 an advantage?
Advantage is correct for number 7. So we jump back to Zoom. Go ahead, Sister Smith.
Number 8 done already?
No, not as it.
Meaningless.
Meaningless is correct. We jump back to the building. Go ahead, Sister Grennell.
Number 1 is fate.
Fate is correct. Number 1 is fate. We're going back to Zoom. Sister Smith, I see your hand up still. Is it that you want to go?
What number is available?
We have number 2. We have number 5.
Okay.
We have number 6.
Number 2.
Go ahead.
Beings.
You have to give me the two words. So beings is 1.
Human.
Yes, so human beings. That is correct. Back to the building. Marlon. You were going to number 6 is left? Yes, number 6 is still there.
They all have the same death?
Oh, breath. Incorrect. So we move back to Zoom. Pardon? Next time, don't talk in the mic then. If you're not talking to me, don't talk in the mic. Go ahead, Sister Smith.
What did he just get?
What is available?
What did he just get wrong?
He got number 6. He got number 6 wrong. And number 5 is still there as well.
All have the same breath.
Breath.
Breath is correct. Breath is correct. Marlon felt sorry for them. That was number 6. Back to the building. Final answer is we're looking for is number 5. Somebody from the building. Marlon, you sure? A joke.
Will.
That is not correct. We jump back over to Zoom.
I have the answer.
Go ahead, Brother Smith.
Dies.
Dies is correct. So 4 and 5 are both dies. So as one dies, so dies the other. All right, thank you. It was very close. It was very close. But the building 1 by 1. So 12 to the building, 11 for Zoom. That was well played out on both parts. And we're going to ignore that one for the sake of time. So we have a few minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes to be exact. So I'm just going to ask for 2 readers for this, 1 over Zoom, 1 in the building. All right, so tenant household, you would read yellow, and Brother Jason, you can read green.
Now listen.
David, you can start.
Now listen. You who say today or tomorrow we will go to this or that city, spend a year there, carry on business and make money. Why you do not even know what will happen tomorrow? What is your life? You are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes.
Instead, you ought to say, if it is the Lord's will, we will live and do this or that. As it is, you boast in your arrogant schemes. All such boasting is evil. If anyone then knows the good they ought to do and doesn't do it, it is sin for them.
Thank you, Elia. David, I don't know if you need to sort out your mic on your device. We barely could hear you. But thank you for reading. Elia, thank you very much, Brother Jason. So this is a passage in James, and I'm sure that we are familiar with the particular fragments of the verse, but I don't know if we knew that this was the entirety of the conjoining of the verse. So for example, if anyone then knows the good they are to do and doesn't do it, it is sin for them. I'm sure this is a passage that we quote very regularly to inform of the ways that we can sin. You have by transgressing God's law, and then by not doing the good that you know. But we also know the idea, or from what I got out, what is your life? Most translations would say a vapor. I think we know that kind of phrase more. Your life is a vapor, appears for a little while, and then vanishes. But I think that we lose some of the essence, especially of the, if you know to do good and don't do it, to you it is sin, if we don't link the two parts of the passage. So the first thing that is established by James is the idea that how fickle mankind is in our plan making, where we say, oh, you know, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I have planned. I'm going to spend a year here and carry out this business, and I'm going to make money, and then I'm going to use whatever that money is for this particular thing. And I'm sure that as individuals, as adults especially, planning is a part of our daily routine. We don't just live today. We have things that we have planned out for the next week, the week after that. We have goals that we want to accomplish at the end of the year, etc., etc. And James isn't knocking that. James isn't saying that you shouldn't have plans, that you shouldn't have goals, that you shouldn't set things for the future. What he is saying is that you need to recognize that the achievement of these things, the fulfillment of these particular things, are entirely based on God's will. So if God wills it to occur, then it will occur. Do not presume that you have any control over any other plans that you make. It is literally God allowing it to be fulfilled, or God not allowing it to be fulfilled. So when you do have all these things in mind, the first thing that should pass your mind is, if God is going to allow this to take place, then I will do this, then I will do that. James then goes on to say that you boast in your arrogant schemes, and all such boasting is evil. On Tuesday, we're going to look at some of the words so we can get a good example of what exactly James is highlighting here. But I just want us to think about, if you have time to read this passage in your own time, this is what we're going to focus on Tuesday, and then we're going to move away from the mortality of man, and we're going to look at the sinful nature of man. So we'll start with James 4:13 through to 17 come Tuesday's class. I want to thank everyone who participated, both those at the building and those over Zoom, and congratulations to those over Zoom who won. Congratulations. All right. I don't think anyone who has, Sister Sharon, we didn't sing happy birthday. And I think Sister Sharon's birthday is on Wednesday or Thursday? Thursday. Friday? Oh boy, Steve, you miss all of them. So Friday, I know Alan is on Monday. Sister, I think Hewlett was today. And is there anyone else? I think there's, Kirk. So we have a sing happy birthday for Kirk. We sing happy birthday for Sister Sharon, after which we'll be dismissed. Oh, Marlon, get up to sing. Oh, no, I'm gone. All right, let us sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Sister Shannon Kirk. Happy birthday to you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. Woo! Happy birthday to you. All right, we are dismissed. Enjoy the rest of your evening.